This is Matthew Kratter's Bitcoin University. Today I want to teach you how to install Bitcoin Core 1995. I've heard that Bitcoin Core makes it really easy to run a Bitcoin node, so I thought I'd find out for myself. And the first thing I did is I went to the homepage of bitcoincore.org. Now this is not what I would put on the homepage. This appears to be CVEs, which is short for Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures. So these are all the security flaws that have been found in this software. That's not what I would lead with in a website, but this is the homepage that it goes to. Nevertheless, I want to give this a try, so I go to the download tab. That takes me to the latest version, Bitcoin Core 30, which unfortunately I've heard is malware and a CSAM relay service. So I'm going to choose to download a previous version. This is Bitcoin Core version 28.1. So let's download it and take a look and see how easy this is to run a node. Let's open it up, and now let's run it and see what happens. Bitcoin Core not opened, could not verify Bitcoin Core. So I don't really know what to do here. There are no instructions here. I've actually done this before, so I'm going to go to System Settings. And if you go under Security here, under Privacy and Security, you can scroll all the way to the bottom, and it says Bitcoin Core was blocked to protect your Mac. So I'll click Open Anyway. Apple is not able to verify that's free from malware. I'm going to open it anyway. Let me put my password in. There we go. It's starting up right now. I love the interface. This interface is pretty cool. It's sort of a throwback to old setups. Windows 95 setup here. This all looks like it could be documentation for Bitcoin Core today. And I like that they haven't updated anything. So let's see what's happening now. I actually have no idea what's happening. It just says recent transactions may not be visible and therefore your wallet's balance may be incorrect. I have no idea what this means to run a node. I don't know where the wallet is. Let's look up in settings, mask values. I have no idea what this is. Migrate wallet. It looks like it's going to take 31 hours to do something. It says this information will be correct once your wallet has finished synchronizing. So I'm not sure what's going on here. This is definitely interesting software. And I think other people have commented on the similar thing.
It's totally fair. And this is the maybe divide between users and developers, because in a sense, the developers aren't really developing for the users and that's a distinct feeling I get, is they're developing for other developers. And you're talking about like, why aren't more people running nodes? Because it's not built for them, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, the UI sucks. You have to like write a bunch of commands into the command line, or maybe you download the binary and double click it and you have no idea what's going on. There's no user interface that shows you, oh, you've downloaded this much. I guess if you're running the core wallet or something, maybe, but like,
which they want to deprecate, which they want to get rid of. Like,
well, I mean, maybe they should, because it's kind of a very poor user experience, honestly.
Yeah.
So, but there's like a very big disconnect between like users and developers. Like even like running your personal mempool.space thing, you not only have to run a node, you have to run an Electrum server on top of that. Why? Because there's no transaction index by default. There's no address index by default. You can't, and then you need to run something on top of that, which is mempool.space, which reads all of the stuff.
The index that you just built.
This is a pretty funny podcast, so I'm not going to play all of it here, but I encourage you to check it out on Guy Swann's channel. Be sure to subscribe and be sure to listen to anything that Guy Swann and Jimmy Song are doing. But I think this is a good summary of all the problems with Bitcoin Core node software. They pretend this is for the everyday user to encourage more people to run nodes, when in fact, it doesn't even contain all the necessary parts you need to have a good Bitcoin experience. So for example, you do need to download Electors or ElectRS, the Electrum server, to index everything. It would be nice if they included a real wallet, a good wallet like Sparrow Wallet, which is open source. And it'd also be nice if they included a real block explorer inside of Bitcoin Core, where you could see nice stuff like this. My vision for Bitcoin Core would be something more like what the private sector has produced, which is Start 9. We can see how nice this is. And if I want to install another app, all I need to do is go to the marketplace. For example, if I want to install Elector so I can index all the Bitcoin addresses and make it more easier to use a wallet with this, all I do is I click install. But this should ultimately all be bundled together. I'm not being paid or compensated in any way by Start 9, but I really do like their products if you want to run a Bitcoin node. And when you run a Bitcoin node, you should definitely run a Bitcoin NOTs node. But you can buy a personal server from Start9. You can buy the server 1 for $649 or the server pure, which is the one I would go with if I had to do this again. I got the server 1 a couple years ago. You can also build your own. You don't even need to purchase it. You can build your own using a mini PC and then flash the Start OS operating system onto the mini PC. So I'll put a link to this tutorial by Paul Lam where you can learn how to do that. I also put a link to all these resources that will teach you other ways to run a Bitcoin NOTs node. I would definitely not recommend running a Bitcoin Core node at this time, but hopefully this was a good demonstration of the fact that Bitcoin Core is not really targeting their software for the regular pleb, for the regular end user. They seem to be devs who are writing for other devs. Jimmy and Guy go into it in a little bit more depth here, so be sure to check that out as well, that video, which I'll put a link to in the description notes below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe and like buttons. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I publish my next video, and let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.